It will. Yeah, like 101 degrees will, like if you've got steam coming off at about 101 degrees.
So you're saying if we put water in there and it just is warm or hot and it never boils.
Steams.
It just steams, but it never boils. So
then we'll preserve all the proteins. And we'll get electrolytes. We'll be diffusing out of the membranes. The membranes will be opening up.
Okay, so when you steam things, you don't have the water boiling under them.
No, it's like on a relatively like a medium heat. Ideally, we're going for a temperature of around like 100 to 105 degrees. Anywhere from 100 to 112. Like your proteins are going to stay a stable state there, stay living.
Okay, so how much? See that? I mean, to me, that's a lot of water. You're right. It's a lot of water. And I was thinking if you put it just under really low, have the heat really low coming up, and have a little bit of water so that these are kind of wilting, but not being harshly cooked.
Yeah, that's exactly it. That's what I'm thinking.
So why not do that then and use less water? And with that, I just want to know, because often I cook greens and I think I probably cook them too much.
That's probably a good amount of water right there. And then we just need a cover for it. So my guess is that's Mr. David.
It might be Cornelis.
Let's see if they leave a message.
Or maybe Marquette.
They keep calling all your phones. Your cell phone's ringing again.
Oh, God, maybe it's Elsa.
Whoever it is, they're having a freak out. Nice. Okay. That's on our way to go eat. We got our steam. See, it's already steaming. So that's a perfect environment to cook our greens in.
Okay, wait. So we're still not communicating. So what I want to know is it possible to do this without the steamer?
No, because you're going to have differing temperatures in the water system. Like if you just put it in the water, you're going to have a very, like if this is lying like this in that water, that part of the plant is going to be getting burnt because it's contacting metal, while this part of the plant is going to be steaming.
Okay, well I guess that's why what I do with and we don't have to do it together, but this is, I want to keep using this method. And what I wanted to try was using the method that I've used before, but with really low heat. And that's sauteing, having it in the pan and just wilting it, just having the pan not be hot, have a tiny bit of water, which helps the process because that water is kind of steaming, and then I'm moving it all around, and
either way, it's gonna cook the plant at different temperatures. Like as soon as it touches the bottom where all the heat is, the pan's a lot hotter than the water is. And so you're not going to get an equilibrium in temperature by cooking it that way, because wherever it contacts the bottom of the pan, it's going to get a lot more heat on the proteins than if it's all in the middle of the pan. Obviously, you're going to get more heat on the bottom here than on the top, but it's going to be equilibrating out entirely because the steam system goes like this and the heat keeps going like that. But obviously it's going to be hottest here because the hottest steam is going to be contacting at the bottom first. Same principle as if it's being sauteed, but it's a little more, it cooks a little more like thoroughly because it's exposed 360 degrees surface area to the steam. It's just like it's steam as opposed to water. I just think having it elevated.
But if you're going to be using the water that's left over for something, so what?
I just think like natural biomimicry, like these plants grew above ground, so that they grow above ground, they wouldn't necessarily want to be drowned when they're being heated. So if you're mimicking nature, they would be in like a steam system, because that's basically how the nutrients get to the leaves anyway, is the top of the plant gets hotter because the sun heats the leaves and then it draws up that water out of the ground through the stems. So if there was seaweed, then that would be a different story. They'd probably respond better in the actual water. But as these greens grow above ground, they probably respond better to steam.
Well, I got taking it to an extreme biomimicry on your cooking. You start cooking, baking a squash in the oven or whatever, try to keep it. To say that it is never okay just to saute stuff.
Well, I mean, you can saute stuff, but ideally you'd want to like saute it really incredibly quickly after steaming it. Like, so you'd want to saute for like 30 seconds in an oil, because the oil will absorb like vitamin K, vitamin E, those ingredients the oils will absorb out of the plant. So you could do both. Like you steam it first to kind of cook it, soften it, and then you saute it in oil to absorb the other nutrients out.
I just think there's a way of I'll experiment myself. I just think that there's no. That water was boiling, and you're saying that it's possible to do this without boiling water.
Mm-hmm.